Gray clouds drifted over the village of Emmerdale, the wind whispering secrets through the bare branches of oak trees. At the heart of the storm stood him, Jonah Hawk, once the unshakable icon of the valley, whose name hung on the lips of every barmaid and farmer's wife, every gossiping grandma in the snug at the Woolpack. Now something darker pressed around him, like a glove tightening. He paced the narrow lane outside his old barn, the door creaking open behind him. Inside, the echoes of his past, victories, laughter, loyal glances, looked back at him from peeling brick and dust-covered beams. He'd returned to this place because of pictures. 21 pictures, a grim gallery of the week ahead, each one a promise of what was to come. They'd arrived at dusk on his doorstep, sealed envelopes, each bearing only a date, a location, and his face staring out from the edges like a question. Picture 1, Jonah standing still in the lane, coat fluttering, eyes haunted. Picture 2, a meeting in the woods, 2 shadows leaning close. Picture 3, a phone call at midnight, Jonah's thumb hovering over the green button. By picture 7, the smile had gone. By picture 15, the eyes were hollow. And picture 21, it spoke only of the final frame, his world collapsing. He knew the icon crumbled before the man broke. That was the truth of his fate, sealed long before the photograph was taken. At the Woolpack, Marge the barmaid put down his pint quietly, her eyes flicking to the door. "You look like you've seen a ghost," she said. Jonah only nodded. Ghosts, yes, but mostly the living, the traitors, the old friends who'd sharpened knives behind his back. He thought of Tess and Martin, of the deals and the double crosses, the farmhand promises that turned to dust. That night he wandered to the lake. The surface lay like polished glass under the moon, and in its reflection he glimpsed himself as others did, framed, captured, seared for time. The 21 pictures had borrowed his image already. His life no longer belonged to him. A crack formed in the ice at his feet, one sharp line, one wrong step, and everything would give way. In the barn the next morning, Jonah found envelope number 18. It held a single Polaroid of him lying on a bed of hay, hair splayed, eyes closed, a noose of light around his head like a final halo. He looked peaceful, too peaceful. He recognized the barn, his barn. He recognized the hay, his hay. And he recognized himself in a moment he could not remember living. The message was clear. They'd taken a picture of his fall, the fall that would be, or perhaps the fall that already was. He tried to warn others. He went to Dingle Farm, to the old shed where Cain used to hide when he was 12. He knocked on the door. No answer. He left. To Moira's farmhouse, a woman with steel on her face. She listened, but didn't believe. You don't walk into gloom with your eyes open. You walk into the light. But the light was gone for Jonah. Picture 19 arrived at breakfast. There he was again, framed between 2 figures whose faces were hidden, hands clasped behind backs. One held a photograph of a younger Jonah, triumphant. The other, a note. The icon ends here. He felt the note inside his bones. He left the farm, driving the narrow roads until he reached the moors. The wind was deafening. The 21 frames rolled through his mind like old film. Frame by frame, he had to confront them. A flicker of hope. Maybe he could stop the 21st from being taken. Maybe he could rewrite the ending. But the 21st frame wasn't a camera. It was a coffin. Not literal, maybe, but every frame pointed to it. The hall of empty chairs, the faces mired in regret, the barn doors swinging open into darkness. He realized he was already in it. As dawn broke, he stopped just outside the Woolpack one last time. The 21 pictures lay in his pocket, each one a step down the staircase. He handed them to Marge. "Safekeeping," he told her. But inside, He knew the fate was sealed. An icon can live forever in legend, but in Emmerdale, legends end where the land meets the sky and the skies weep. And Jonah Hawk? The 21 Pictures whispered his obituary before the bell had even tolled. One last sigh of the wind, the ice cracked, and the light left his eyes. In the week ahead, villagers will talk. Did you see? They'll ask. Did you believe? And the 21st picture will hang unshown, its frame empty, but its shadow there for all to see.